I bought my dream home with cash. No mortgage, no bank, only freedom. And I thought it would be peace. The very first day, as I drove my moving truck down Sycamore Lane, I was stopped in the middle of the road. Deborah Whitmore, the HOA president, stood there, arms crossed, sunglasses reflecting the sun. She waved her clipboard and said I had no right to park without 72 hours' notice. I called the sheriff, who arrived fast, and told her clearly the HOA did not own the street, and she had no authority. Her face turned red, and that was the moment I realized moving in was not peace. It was war. She started with flyers taped to my door, accusing me of petty violations. She whispered lies to neighbors and tried to isolate me. Then she went further, calling in a tow truck to steal my car by filing a false abandoned vehicle report. I caught her on camera and confronted her and documented every step, her arrogance turning into anger as I built my case. I began digging, and the public records exposed her past. She had been removed from another HOA for misusing $30,000 of community funds. At the next board meeting, I stood before the members and laid out the evidence: her fraud, her schemes, her trail of theft. Gasps spread through the room, and Carol, another board member, turned pale before standing with me demanding answers. Together we uncovered fake vendors' invoices for work never done, and shell companies tied to Deborah's husband, siphoning thousands from the HOA. I took it all to the district attorney, who immediately filed subpoenas and froze HOA accounts. The sheriff raided the clubhouse. Neighbors stood outside watching as boxes of documents were carried away. Deborah screamed at the officers, but there was nothing she could do. Within days, she was removed from power, and weeks later, she and her husband were indicted for fraud, wire crimes, and laundering HOA funds. The neighborhood that once lived in fear breathed again for the first time. We held a block party. Children ran with glow sticks. Neighbors laughed, and music filled the night air. Carol stepped up as interim president, promising transparency and honesty. I stood on my porch watching families gather together, free at last, and I knew this was more than just my home. It was our neighborhood, and the corrupt queen who once ruled it had lost her clipboard, her power, and her stage forever.